Hello, it's me. And after my quite harrowing video last week, I thought I'd report back. Feeling a lot better than I was before, and it's going to take quite a bit of time. So I'm prepared for the ups and downs. The one thing I really wanted to talk about was labelling people. Now, a lot of people say, oh, why do you want to be labelled? Or I'm not going to label my children, and all that sort of thing. And I totally understand it. But if I hadn't had this label and understood what the problem was, I would have been flailing about for the rest of my life feeling crap. Now, a label is an interesting thing, and just because I have ADHD, depression, dyspraxia, all of those things, it doesn't define me as a person. Now, I don't know, and somebody, you can call me all out, but everybody that I know who's been labelled with what I have is delighted that they actually have a label in order that they can do something about it. So in many ways I do understand when it's children you don't want to label them and pigeonhole them, but it's actually really quite important for many people, and I don't know anybody in my situation who doesn't appreciate the fact they know what's wrong with them. So, you know, I will move on, but also there was another thing I was going to say to you. I had this conversation yesterday and somebody said, well, you know, tears are wasted. They're wasted, you know, move on. Well, actually no, because tears are really important, and when you let them out, it makes you feel a whole lot better. So no, I'm not going to move on. I'm not going to move on that quickly. I'm not going to put that in the little box and then for the next 20 years be thinking, what's wrong with me? In fact, I think the most important thing you can do is share how you feel. If you want to cry, cry, let it all out, and when you're ready, move on. But don't let anybody tell you that you should be moving on and you should be ashamed of your label. If you've got one, work with it, go for it, it's okay. Now, there was one more thing I was going to tell you. So the interesting thing is, again on the label front, in society we have this kind of pigeonhole really of what is normal. Well, I mean, wouldn't know what normal was if it punched me in the face. And it's a ridiculous word, normal, isn't it? It's sort of mainstream. Now, some people can go down that route and it's brilliant, but you've got this thing. What about all of these other people here? Now, to explain a bit about ADHD, if you go back to primitive times and you have two villages, you have one village where you have, say, 2 people with ADHD and the other 100 don't have it, yeah? You've got the next village, nobody with ADHD in it. So, sharks out in the water. The 2 people in the first village with ADHD go out into the water and get eaten, which means it saves the life of 98 people. However, the other village, no ADHD. What do? They all go in the water and they all get eaten. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that we need to learn how to deal with it. And now I know what it is, I can move on and I can deal with it. So I'm actually quite happy with my label and I'm quite proud of it. But I totally understand if you don't want to do that with your children. I completely get it. But as you get older, you need to understand yourself a little bit more. So I'm working on it. It's going to get better. There's going to be ups and downs. But I just want to say thank you to everybody for your amazing support, all of the messages that I've had. And I hope in part that I've helped some of you. And if you want to cry and you want to be a miserable git, just go for it. It's absolutely fine, because get out your system and then we can move on. And have a lovely day.